Hi, welcome to SeniorSafetyAdvice.com. I'm Esther Kane. Today I thought I'd go over some questions. We've been getting a lot of emails lately, all kinds of questions from our readers. And some of the answers that we give back are kind of lengthy. Others can be really short and just recommend the product or service. But I picked out 5 questions that we've been getting recently, and I thought I'd read them out and give you the answers that we've been giving them. If there's detailed information, we'll have it below in the description below the video. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe. We're so grateful and thankful for everyone that has subscribed. We've hit over 1,000 subscribers, and we're just amazed and very grateful, actually, and that the information we're giving out seems to be helping so many. So please feel free to comment, give us your questions. We're more than happy to do more videos or, just to answer them via email through the website. All right, so let's get started. Question number 1. I need a TV Alexa combination for a senior with severe macular degeneration who can't control her remote because of her vision. So that definitely is an issue. Sometimes not even if you get those very large remotes, they may not even be enough to, to see properly or even just to learn to use another remote. So what's the easiest possible thing to do? Well, the easiest thing would be to just say, hey, Alexa, turn on the TV. So with an Alexa device, you can definitely do that. But in order to do that, you need a Fire TV, either a stick that you can insert into your TV that you have, as long as it has, has an HDMI plug that you can put in, or an adapter that you can, because the Fire Stick is an HDMI, inserter. So you can, it's probably not the right name, but anyway, that's what it needs. But if you have such an old TV that I can't use an adapter, or it's not HDMI compatible, then you can purchase a brand new television. Doesn't cost too much. I think it's around $300 or so. It depends on the size, of course. But they have them up to, I think, 70 inches. So, of course, with low vision, you want to get as large a size as you possibly can to, make it much easier to see. But the TV has a built-in Fire TV already in there. And all that means, the Fire TV, all that means is that then it can be controlled with Alexa. I myself have a Fire Stick on my regular TV here in the living room, but then upstairs in my bedroom I have a Fire TV that already has all that built in. And all I have to do is say something like, Alexa, turn on the television. Once you set it all up, you give your TV a name. You can name it anything you want. My television, Sarah, anything you want. And then you just ask Alexa to open up Sarah, or to turn Sarah on, or my television, whatever you name it. And you can even take it as far as saying, Alexa, play Columbo on my Fire TV. And it will just go straight to Columbo, wherever Columbo is, on Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, wherever. Now, the only thing is that if you're using cable to get all your television, stations, Alexa will not turn that on. It'll turn on the television set, but it won't turn on and it won't go to your cable stations. So if you want to completely eliminate cable and have the Alexa voice, activation to control everything, then I would recommend to get YouTube TV. Check with YouTube TV, go online, YouTube TV, and see if it has all the stations that you want. I have that, and the only station that I had to pay extra for was the Hallmark movie station. Otherwise, everything else was completely paid, it's completely in YouTube TV. So it did save me some money from cable, so check that out and see if that's a combination that will work for you. But then with YouTube TV, on using Alexa on a Fire TV capable television set, you'll be able to use your voice to do everything you need to on the television. Pretty cool. scary, but it's pretty cool how much Alexa is beginning to control everything in our homes. All right, question number 2. I recently bought an Echo device, and I want her to tell me what the day and date is every morning at 7 a.m. How do I do this? It's sort of like an alarm clock. So instead of the alarm just ringing, Alexa will turn on and it will automatically tell you the day and the date. And actually you can do a bit more. So I responded, yes, you can do that easily with Alexa. And the skill, the thing that you use it, you do to use it is called a routine. So you just set up a routine where you say, I want this particular Alexa device, the one in the bedroom, I'm assuming, to wake me up at 7 a.m. in the morning. And when it does this. It gives me the date. It gives me the time. You can go on to say, it goes on to the news station, whatever news station you want. It will read my calendar. It will play, John Denver, whatever, the Weepies, whatever. And you can add anything that you want to that routine. And you can do the same thing at evening. You can have an evening routine where it will play maybe soft music for an hour to help you sleep, or read you a podcast or an audiobook. So you can use routines to get Alexa to do standard things for you at the same time every day or every other day, or however you set it up. So pretty cool. It's like a supercharged alarm clock. Really customized. All right, question number 3. I'm disabled after a stroke, left side paresis. I live alone. I'm not sitting around waiting for a miracle, and I need to get down to my kitchen and start cooking. Very brave person. But I need a chair with casters so that I can go from one side to the other without a problem. Can you recommend one that is stable and secure? Now, normally we never recommend any chairs with wheels for seniors or anyone that's disabled. It's just not really safe. And I actually responded back to her saying, I need a little more information before I can give you a proper answer. And I gave her a list of questions. So I haven't heard back yet. But in the meantime, I thought, let me research and see if I can find any specific chairs that may meet her needs when she does respond back. And what I found were decompression casters. So you have an office chair or any chair with casters. A lot of kitchen chairs have casters. You can remove the casters that are currently on there, install these decompression casters that look just like regular casters. Now the way they work is when you're sitting on the chair, when there's weight on the seat of the chair, the casters work fine. They roll, they let you do whatever you need to do. But when you stand up, when you get off the chair, and there's no weight on there, then the casters lock. Then that means that the chair will not, move away. Now, I haven't tested these casters, but it's an interesting product. They're not found that many places, but if you go to Google and you type in decompression casters, you'll find some. I'm going to put some that I found on the description below. But again, I haven't tested them. I went ahead and ordered some, so I'm waiting for those to come in and to see how they work. But it's a great idea if you need a chair that rolls around while you're sitting in it, but you also want it to be safe when you go to stand up or go to sit down on it. God forbid you don't want that thing to roll away from you and cause you to break a hip or a shoulder or crack your head. Because believe me, I have treated some of those patients, and you don't want to be there if you don't have to be. All right, question number 4. I'm looking for a 2-way monitor, and although I've gone through the ads carefully, I just can't seem to find one. Seems my only solution is to buy 2 monitors. And she was looking for baby monitors. So I responded back saying, actually, I think the tool that would work better for you would be Amazon's Echo Show. That's the Alexa device that has a screen. And the reason, now she would have an Echo Show, and then whoever she's monitoring would have an Echo Show. And you can use that like you do FaceTime or Google's Duo. And the skill that you would use on Alexa is called the drop-in skill. And that works beautifully. So you're at, let's say you're the caregiver and you go to your Amazon, your Echo Show, and you can then just drop in on mom, and her Echo Show then will activate and will show you what, it's pointed at, whatever it's pointed at. So she doesn't even have to answer, it just pops open. Now, she also can speak to her Echo Show and drop in on you, or at least call you, see you, have a video chat with you. So it is a two-way type of thing. But what I like about using something like the Echo Show versus a baby monitor is that it can do a lot of other things. It can call 911, it can call all your friends and family, it plays music, it can be an alarm clock, it can be a lot of different things all in one unit versus having a bunch of a lot of different things on your nightstand or dresser. But anyway, I hope that was a useful advice for her. I hadn't heard back from her. Anyway, last question number 5. Should I get someone in my area to look at my house to give me advice on how my wife and I can continue living in our 2-story house? What a great question. And I told this person I was so proud of them for being so proactive, because usually people don't do anything until it's too late, until they absolutely need to. So my advice was to contact either an occupational therapist that specializes in home assessments, or to find a senior home safety specialist who has those skills as well. Now, they may not be easy to find in certain parts of the country or the world. So my recommendation then was to contact a geriatric care specialist, or a social worker type of person who knows a lot of different people that do a lot of different services. And that's what a geriatric care specialist here in the US could definitely do. So I would recommend to do that. But what a great thing to think about aging in place in your home and making it safe before anything were to happen. And I was reading an interesting article the other day about aging in place, and it led me to a video where someone was speaking about the realities of aging in place. So I want to leave you guys with this thought. What he said was that the reality of aging in place is often not as great as many seniors think. I mean, it's wonderful if both you and your spouse can stay at home together and, age in place. But when it's just one of you, when it's just one person, what often happens is that you become isolated. You get, of course, much lonelier and depressed because you are isolated, especially if you can't drive, if you're living out in the country, if you're in a suburb area amongst a lot of young families and you don't have, easy capability to connect with other seniors, other people in your age group. I mean, of course, if you can, that's great. But many seniors, as they get older and older, they are unable to do that. So he recommended that really what a lot of seniors should consider is aging in community. And basically that means looking for communities that you can age in place in. And I wrote an article on senior housing options, and that it ranges from everything from 55 plus kind of communities to commune type of communities to communities that are even specific to, like some are to artists or to gardeners or whatever skill, photographers, whatever skill or interest you may have. So it doesn't have to be a large 3,000 plus kind of place that they have usually in South Florida, where there are so many people retired and living there. It could be much smaller type of communities. So I'll put a link to that article below, but just think about what aging in place would actually look like for you, because I think many seniors, and myself included, think of always staying home and wanting to be home because it's comfortable, it. But if you're alone and you can't get out and it's not easy to get to the store or whatever, it may not end up being as comfortable. Now, of course, if you can afford having someone come in to care for you and to help you, well, that's a whole nother story. But it's an interesting, I liked that phrase, aging in community. So I just wanted to share that story with you. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Appreciate it. Again, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, click the bell. You know the routine. And of course, give us your questions, comments. We're more than happy to create videos based on whatever you feel we're not answering as of yet, although we're trying to answer as much as we can. And keep sending us these great questions. We love them. And it gives us ideas for new things to add, not only to the website, but to our YouTube channel as well. All right, everybody, stay safe, and I will see you next time. Take care. Hey.